Things I wish I knew when I started trading. I'm Wen and I've been trading for almost 3 years now. I started in September 2023. Started with Forex, then CFDs, and now futures. Had my first payout 10 months ago. And also had my first 10K month 2 months ago. First thing I wish I knew when I just started. I heard this sentence from a YouTuber that's now in the trading niche, but still valid. You overestimate what you can do in 1 year and underestimate what you can do in 5 years. At the start, we are very ambitious. I'd say overly ambitious, but that's kind of the right mindset to get into trading. High ego. Maybe you see someone on social media just flexing their lifestyle, and that's why you want to get into trading to make money and then have that lifestyle. And you think you're gonna get it fast, you're gonna be successful fast, but you have to go through it to know actually how much hard work you actually have to put in. Because many people I see it like every day, they just dopamine talk, okay? Dopamine talk. Oh, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do that. This is mental masturbation, okay? In little words, this is that. They just have everything up here, okay? Just imagining already the lifestyle and everything without actually even put in the little effort to watch some videos. You know, some people that I have talked to that reached out to me and said pretty much to put them on. Maybe I give them pretty much the full roadmap, and guess what? They don't do anything about it. So don't just think about the thing, actually do the executions. Execute what is in your mind. You know, someone that fails but executes is gonna learn way faster than someone that does it slow, does it scared. Someone that says, oh, I'm gonna learn it tomorrow. I'm just gonna scroll more to get motivated. Whenever I get motivated, I'm just gonna jump in this in trading. But they actually almost never do. Or maybe they go 1 week and then they just give up. Okay, many people just give up. Like, that's the truth. Statistically, this is why most people are unprofitable. You have to get to the hard times and then be successful. Because if you think about it, no one starts trading successful. No one has ever done it. Okay, this is very surprising, but really not. But a lot of traders' career, their story, it's so similar because we actually do go through the same stages of success and failure, like almost identical. Like right now, I made 10K a few months ago, okay, but then in 2 months I haven't made anything. And I think this is a canon event. In your trading career, you're gonna have a lot of canon events. For example, your first payout, your first funded, your first realization that money is not everything, and a lot of other lessons that everyone goes through. So you're definitely not alone, because someone has already went through what you are going through right now, and someone already went through what happened to me as well. Another thing that I wish I knew is to not talk too soon. When I just started, I always used to talk about it with my mom to prove her wrong, because she wanted me to keep going to school when I just dropped out. Like, why would I get back to studying when I just decided to drop out? It's just stupid to do so. That was already 2 years ago, by the way. I decided to drop out because I think school was not serving me. I don't think the topics that you don't have an interest in is not for everybody, you know? So I just dropped out. I knew I had potential to do more. I decided day trading. But after some failures in other businesses like dropshipping, Amazon FBA and stuff like this. So I think you should not tell anybody that you day trade until you hit your first payout. I think until then you can, even though you should still stay humble. Like, no one really wants to hear about your success, realistically. Only other like-minded individuals. If you just tell your mom or your dad or just your friends, they're not gonna relate to you, bro. They are not. They just not. Because they don't know what you went through. They don't know what it took for you to get there. So they are just not gonna understand what you're going through. So it's better to stay quiet about those type of things. Unless you're surrounded with entrepreneurs. In that case, it's fine, you know. I want to talk about failures and wanting to quit. This is gonna happen. Maybe it already happened to you, that you're gonna fail a lot and want to quit. Don't see any progress. But we all go through it. We all do. I had a lot of moments like this, where I had straight losing streak for a month, 2 months, and I was so invested with my mental capital into trading that I valued myself with my P&L, which is very stupid. I have an obsessive, addicting mindset on what I want to achieve. So most of the time I get really addicted into something that I want, but it's not healthy, of course. With that, I want to connect it with have a life outside of your work. That's the biggest, I think that's the best advice that I can give, is to actually have a life outside of your trading. Are you disciplined outside the charts? Do you listen to yourself and do what you say? That's gonna prevent a lot of mistakes that you do in trading. For example, okay, I give you Trader A and Trader B. Trader A stays all day, dark room on the charts. No social life, no family life, just the person and the career, okay? And Trader B, social life, family life, loving girlfriend, like everything, okay? Just life maxed. Goes to the gym, etc., etc. Who do you think it's gonna perform better? Maybe Trader A at the start is gonna progress faster, but then he burns out. He cannot sustain that life because it's unhealthy. And that was who I was. And Trader B, let's say, okay, I give you another scenario. They both take a loss. Trader A, since he doesn't do anything but trading, he's most likely to get back to the charts and take more losses. Trader B, he has a life. Hit stop loss, I'm good. I'm going out anyways. I'm going to do activities. So I don't care about this loss. I can just come back tomorrow and make the money. So you see, there's big difference in type of person that you are outside the charts. And I think that was one of the best game changer for me to get more successful, to not have to think about the charts 24/7, because you are gonna be more detached from the money and the outcome. You are gonna be more progression based. That was one of the biggest advices, but there is another one that completely changed my way of trading, is to not rush it. You see, when you are unprofitable and going through a lot of failures, you are gonna rush it because you don't know how it feels to be successful. So I tried to follow my rules when I was already going through all the losses. I was unprofitable, okay? I just decided to suddenly follow my rules completely. All of them, because I was simply just tired of being unsuccessful, and said the success is gonna come regardless. I always say it. Success is gonna come regardless if you put in the work. Time is gonna beat everything. All you need is to keep doing your work, and time will tell who actually did put in the work. If you just quit, why did you even start? Why did you even start if you just quit? So whenever I shifted my mindset to long-term mindset, everything changed, because I managed myself in a new way where I was seeing prosperity. In my mind, I was already successful, seeing the long-term vision. So I followed my rules for like at least a month, and then immediately see the success that I deserved. So with that, I hit my first payout, and it was on a 50K account. I built it to 1.5K, and then I withdrew 800 after the fees. It was 1,000, but after fees and everything, it was $800. Very proud moment. And after that, I got to tell my parents that I was actually making money. for the first time instead of losing money. And then took them to a little dinner in my hometown. And I was talking to them about how I'm making this happening. And I've seen finally a glimpse of hope and security in their eyes, even though they never understood how it worked. But at least now them and I know what's possible. After your payout, your first payout, something in your brain shifts. And I'm telling you, if you can get a payout, if you can just get one payout, your world is gonna change. After your first payout, everything comes, bro. If you do what you did to get the first one and do it again, you're gonna continue doing it, even if you stop for a bit. Because after the first payout, the canon event is that you blow the account which you got your first payout with, and then go with a little bit time of doing nothing, and then boom, second payout, third payout, and then the rest just comes naturally. Honestly, I'd say that I'm profitable since not long time ago, because being profitable for like 8-10 months is not that much, but there was huge progress, because I went from my first payout to my first 10K month in a few months, and I've documented all, and always been very transparent about my progress. If you want to buy accounts from Tradify or Alpha Futures, I have a discount code when, if you want to support the channel. If you like this video, thank you for watching, and I hope you took something from this video and maybe incorporate it to your own trading.